Pam Waters, and as one of the founders and the business manager of Counseling Connections for Change, we discussed in depth using the word Christian counseling in our organization. We knew many people had been hurt by the church, and we wanted our organization to stand for the love that was true to Christianity. We serve all denominations and faiths, and we want to reach out to serve and love all the hurting people that come to us. It is a privilege and an honor to help strengthen the mental health in Brazoria County.
So in trying to come together as a family and trying to deal with just the daily growth as a family unit, giving our sons the best direction possible, wrapping our families' minds around mental health and how it deals with us as a family, how it deals with us as individuals. It's like you said, we had all the different components that we knew to go to, but there was something that I guess just wasn't tying it all together. And for me, I feel that was the spiritual part, and we experienced that together and individually when we started coming here to Counseling Connections for Change.
We're a military family, and during the last move, we experienced a loss in our immediate family. And so not only were we dealing with the stress of moving, we had to grieve. And so we decided to come to counseling. And at that time, I could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. So with counseling, we learned a lot of tools to use at home, and also understanding of each other's needs and how to help each other through the hard time. And we've been coming for about a year. So at this point, I finally can see the light, and we're very relieved and happy with
that. Counseling Connections for Change is uniquely poised to help every member of the military family, and it's different because we are the only Christian counseling center that can serve the military family as a whole, and each member, like the children dealing with separations and moves. We can deal with the couples and any trials they go through.
I'm Rebecca Harper. I've been fostering in Brazoria County for about 17 years. We've fostered between 85 and 90 children. 4 of those we've adopted. We also have 2 biological children. I am the president of the Foster Parent Association here. I remember when she wasn't able to come to the office. She had so many fears, and you had to come to my house to see her. And even then, it took us a couple of visits before I could go upstairs and you could actually stay alone with her downstairs.
Yeah. And how old was she at the time? She was like 2.5?
2.5,
She was
I think.
little bitty. Had severe PTSD and
Very severe.
yeah. Sounds outside were startling for her.
She was terrified of the sounds of big trucks, and since she came to my home during Hurricane Ike, we went without electricity, and there was lots of workers, and she was terrified of everything.
And she just needed to be held sometimes, and that was hard to do.
And she needed to be angry sometimes.
Yes, I remember some of that. I definitely remember some of that. So, and that was okay to let her do that through that play therapy.
And it is amazing to see the little girl after the therapy and after getting a permanent home. It's amazing to see that this little girl has turned into just a little girl that's about a second grader that runs around and plays and argues with her brother, and none of those issues that she had.
Hi, my name is Norma. I'm a client here at Counseling Connections. I've been a client for about 7 years. I've seen both an individual therapist and worked with another therapist for some family issues. I'm a nurse practitioner. I work with the homeless and underserved populations. I'm very passionate about people having mental health services. They're very important. It's not a very available service for most people, and I myself suffer with depression and have felt a tremendous burden lifted to be able to have someone who I can come and consistently see when I have a problem. I'm also a practicing Buddhist, and I very much appreciate the therapists here at Counseling Connections. They are able to integrate my Buddhist faith and help me grow spiritually.
I want to talk about why we use play therapy to help young children overcome trauma and other mental health needs. Even though young children can talk, the ability to verbalize complex feelings requires cognitive skills that don't develop until the age of 12. But as early as age 2, they're able to form mental representations and have one thing stand for another. And this is what happens when they're playing. The toys are symbols of their inner world. So play is their natural language, and in play therapy, the toys are their words. Because of how trauma affects the brain, these traumatic experiences get stuck in the nonverbal areas such as the limbic system and the brainstem. But through safe emotional distance of the toys, children can reveal these experiences and problem solve them and even master them. The play therapist is trained to recognize play themes and to respond in a way that moves the child toward progress and healing.
The great white shark.
You look proud that you know all the different animals.
This is the great, big, huge spider.
It is very huge. But you're not afraid to touch it.
I'm Gary, and this is my wife Tammy, and as a pastor we really appreciate having a Christian counseling resource to be able to refer to, because there's so many issues that I may know this much about, from eating disorders to anxiety to addiction, but this place knows these things on a regular basis, and in the family of God has blessed us with other resources, and so therefore it's just a great reassurance to be able to refer members of our church to here, knowing that they might be able to relate better to what they're able to do here. And it's amazing that they base this on the Word of God and they pray with these people. And so it's not just psychology, it's Christian counseling.
And as a children's minister at the church, we encounter many families that deal with trauma, who have children who are hurting. And I've seen firsthand how play therapy has helped my children, my adopted children, process the trauma and the chaos that comes from a tough background, and we really appreciate the work that Counseling Connections does for our community and for our church.
Hi, my name is Dawn Lawless, and I'm the Executive Director for Counseling Connections for Change. We are the only nonprofit Christian counseling center serving all of Brazoria County, and we are passionate about providing quality therapy services, preventative education programs, and also collaborating with other nonprofits to strengthen the mental health in our community. Unfortunately, each week we are turning away a number of clients strictly due to limited funding, and that is a shame. In celebration of Mental Health Awareness Month, we are asking for your help tonight.